out and perform something special for you. This is always a surprise, and you won't want to miss a chance of videotaping this for future blackmailing references. The talent portion, up first. First up, Nick Hamilton, presenting spoken word poetry. And he did this himself, he told me.
I did. Me too. I don't know how to work this. Alright, so we've had a lot of laughs so far, if you will, but right now I'm doing kind of a change of pace. I was going to come out here dressed as a cow and do stand-up comedy, but my jokes were utterly terrible. That's my best joke, that's why. Although stand-up comedy isn't my forte, I do write a lot of poetry. And in case this is your first time hearing poetry in person, if there's a part that you like, and I keep on reading, just snap, it's a poet's version of clapping. You guys can clap at the end. I know you guys don't want to, but just hold it till the end. I was going to read a typical love poem, but 2 weeks ago, I found some interesting statistics. And I know that we all hear a lot of statistics, but we don't necessarily really understand them. So a little demonstration, I want everyone in the audience to just pick out 3 random people also in the audience. They could be people next to you, sitting behind you, below you. Just 3 people, and in your mind, keep them as a group of 4. I'll take this group of 4 people. Odds are one of them will end up having a depressive episode by the time they end high school. And another statistic, can I please have the first 2 rows stand up, just for a split second? Okay. In America, 10% of people have depression. This auditorium can hold 660 people, approximately. The first 2 rows can sit 64. So you can add in a tiny bit more people, and this amount of people in this auditorium are likely to have depression. And a month or 2 ago, I was talking to one of my friends who was in the 10%. You guys think so? I was talking to one of my friends who was at 10%, and she also had an eating disorder. And so I was talking to her, and the start of this poem came about. So without delaying anymore, here is a poem called What Do You Eat? A lot of us have heard the saying, you are what you eat. But when our parents or relatives said it, we rolled our eyes like wheels to carry us away from the cliche saying, when you hear it now, you are one of 3 people. The first actually thinks this is true. If you're the first person, there are many doctors that are more than happy to help you out with the crazy things going on inside your head. The second person is logical. They know you aren't the food you eat. You don't eat an apple and become a fruit. Everyone knows that. Third person, when asked this question, hesitates. They know you don't become the food you eat once you eat it. That's obvious. But when asked this question, they say, I don't know. These are the same people that say, yes, they are fine when they really mean no. They hesitate because they swallow sadness every day. They fill themselves with held-back tears and serve up a guise of lies to feed those closest to them. When I was first diagnosed with depression, I did not cry. The first thing I did was look in the mirror. I looked in the mirror, I hated myself, but more than that, I saw what I ate. I ate a fair amount of poultry, so that's what I saw. A chicken too afraid to come to grips with what I was becoming. One of my friends loved hamburgers, and she saw herself as a cow, while my other friend, he loved bacon, and he saw himself as a pig. I began to eat healthier, like better food means I'm a better person, and nothing changed. I knew I was depressed 2 or so years before I was diagnosed, but I kept it a secret. Because apparently, in our society, men can't be depressed. All problems we have can be solved by push-up and bench press. We'll automatically be okay if we are told to man up or grow a pair. Men aren't vulnerable. Men can't be vulnerable. So for a while, I tried to lose sadness by putting weights on the bar. And although physically beneficial, working out to solve depression is like drinking to make you forget the effects of something tragic. It's a temporary fix, and soon you'll grow immune to its effects. And nothing changed. Nothing changed until I had a breakdown in front of my family, their faces frozen in the fear of the future to come. Nothing changed until I saw those doctors were more than happy to help me out. They met with me, medicated me, and aimed to save me from myself. I licked my lips at the future. I ordered realistic expectations, and I consumed positive thinking, as crazy as that may sound. On December 2nd, after 3 years depressed, 11 months total treatment, and 8 weeks med-free, I became well enough for regular therapy sessions to end, and I was released. And craziest of all, I changed. But I know many of you out there haven't changed. You are what you eat, but what you eat isn't agreeing with you. You throw up the alcohol because your body's trying to save room for a remedy. You can't lift the bar another time because you still need to pick up your self-esteem. The scars are on your arms because the sorrow you swallowed in the form of a blade wants out. I want you to look at the original 3 people again. If your life was a novel, there'd be chapters of all of you being scrutinized. But tomorrow is a blank page like this paper because I have this poem memorized. For now, I've overcame depression, but I only did because I yelled. So don't be embarrassed if you need to be helped. If one of you in here asked to be treated because this gave you the courage to, my intentions will be complete. So I hope I taught you and others you are what you eat.
That was deep. I guess I don't need the extra more applause. That was pretty good. That kept going for a while. One thing I forgot to do earlier is I want to send a get well wish out to sophomore Ben Curry, who was not able to perform for us due to a recently broken collarbone. Ben, we're sorry. We wanted you. But I needed to say that. All right, on with the show. Enough